Hi, how y'all doing? We're about to talk about yay, so we're going to need some excitement today, all right? Let me just say that it is a pleasure to be in front of you today. When I was planning to schedule this conversation with you, one of the things I will say, what I like to call scheduling joy or just one yay a day, I actually started my research with Google and Audible. Would it surprise you, at the top of this month, 2,616 audiobooks, 942 podcasts, countless authors, and numerous other resources automatically populated when using the simple word joy? Well, let me tell you, it was important for me because I also saw that the Mayo Clinic said that its key driver was joy. And they found that joy was the thing that helped their overall success for their workforce, their patients, and their organization. Research from the National Academy of Science said that individuals that had a higher level of optimism actually had a longer lifespan. Now, I'm going to need your participation. If I sing a song, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Woo! Thank you so much for participating. It would have been a little awkward if you didn't. But let me say this. Some of you all actually participated through collective expectation of participation versus the fact that you actually are in a state of happiness or joy. Early in life, we have been taught the importance of faking our joy versus actually learning the importance of creating it, nurturing it, and holding on to joy. Now, when you schedule joy, what you're doing is you're speaking life into your day. You're saying that you are worth a moment of celebration, that you on this wild and wonderful rotating rock that we call Earth deserve a moment of joy. And I agree, we all deserve a moment of joy. Your existence is enough. Not because of a job that you just got, not because of a project you just completed, or a major milestone, but simply because you are here. Because you are here. And so today, I'm going to be your joy influencer. At least I hope to be. I'm attempting to interrupt this thing that we have done. I recognize and understand that I can stand up here and I can regurgitate a whole lot of statistics, a whole lot of studies to tell you the importance of what you need to do, what book you should read, what podcast you should listen to. But I also understand it's easier to say than to put into real life practice when life keeps lifing. Am I right? Exactly. With the endless breaking news alerts, app notification, caregiving responsibilities for aging parents and others, sometimes it feels like it's absolutely impossible or maybe even inappropriate for us to schedule a moment for ourselves. Well, today, we're cutting through all that noise, we're cutting through all that chatter, and we're saying that it is time for us to stand up and have our yay of the day. You know, when I think about this, the one thing that we normally do is we reserve our yay moments for weddings, anniversaries, birthday celebrations, but we do not schedule joy just for everyday living life celebrations. Well, something's wrong with that, wouldn't you say? The fact that we have breath in our lungs is a moment to be celebrated. Now, I'm not talking to you about doing something that's going to cost you a whole lot of money or a whole lot of time. I'm just talking about some of that childhood giddy type stuff. You know, the stuff that you used to do when you were a kid, like stepping outside and just feeling the sun on your face kind of joy. Realizing that it's fall, supposed to be spring, and enjoying the flowers or the trees. You know, or the sun came out kind of day, and you just swing by the ice cream shop and get you a nice ice cream cone, just because. It's your yay for the day, and you deserve it. Or maybe you pack all your snacks, your favorite things, and go to your favorite park. You sit out just because it's your joy for the day. You see, when we do this, we are interrupting the noise. We are saying that we're going to get connected to our purpose. We're going to get closer to the things that bring us excitement. Because when you do this yay for the day, you actually present yourself better for yourself and others. You're doing it for you, but you're doing it for your purpose. Now, let me tell you something. I am a person who absolutely, and I mean absolutely loves The library. The Kanawha County Library was my favorite thing in Charleston, West Virginia. When I went in there, honey, I wanted to do it all. From the puppet shows to the microfiche roll. I wanted to hear it, do it all, even if it was just to hear the whiz of the microfiche machine. You see, I knew when I went in those doors that I was in for a moment of endless adventure and excitement. I knew that when I walked out with my library bag of all those books, I couldn't even read half of those books, but I knew I liked what I was going to do. The reality is I was opening up a pathway to my imagination, and my imagination was limitless. I knew that no matter what was happening in front of me with that book, that I was the author of it. I know they really had an author, but the reality was that I was represented on every single page. When they introduced the town to me, I knew the familiar smell, I knew the actual sound, and I knew the feel of that town because I was the one who was actually creating all the logistics. The author was just introducing me to the characters. You know what I'm saying? The reality for me was that I was going to dive in wherever I could. Well, let me tell you about a recent trip I took. Recently, I headed out of town for a work thing. And, I thought I would just leave the hotel, grab me a nice bite to eat. Nothing big, just a little place from a Turkish restaurant. I'm a foodie. I love food and great food experiences. And this was going to be my yay for the day. Well, on my way, as I was walking out to the restaurant, I saw this bookstore. And I said, well, it wasn't my plan, yay, but I've never seen a bookstore I didn't want to go into, so I thought I'd go in and find me something new. When I go in, the niceties, the stuff that people say to you, kind of like, oh, hey, how you doing? What brings you in today? Well, I tell them I'm from out of town. Nothing really big bringing me in, just looking around. I say that I'm from West Virginia, and at this time, that's when Bookworm Betty enters the conversation. Bookworm Betty forgets that I'm a customer. She thinks she's a comedian. She begins to put on her act. Bookworm Betty, oh, you're from West Virginia, and you can read? Exactly, that's what I thought too. Then Bookworm Betty says, and you have shoes on? Whew. Let me just tell you, she caught me completely off guard. I was not ready for that. I was just hoping that I would find me a nice new book, grab me a nice little Greek salad, and head right on back to the hotel. But Bookworm Betty was trying to put a pin in my yay. Well, let me tell you something. I told Bookworm Betty that I did not think that her comments were funny. Not only did I not think her comments were funny, but I also could read. Then I left out the store, went back to my regularly scheduled program, got to the Turkish restaurant, had me a wonderful Greek salad, a perfectly sweetened Turkish coffee, and a beautifully plated chocolate baklava. See, what I'm trying to explain to you is that we have to interrupt some things in life. We're going to have some distractions, but we have to get back on track and get back to the things that are bringing us joy. These things, I tell you, I know that at times we may think that makes no sense, right? It's small, simple things she's talking about. I just told you some of the things that I needed you to do. When we connect back with ourselves, we're getting to our purpose. We're actually taking a moment to be reflective and having an intimate moment to re-engage because we deserve a moment to breathe. We are saying that when we schedule joy or just our yay, that we are going to break through the challenges in spite of those challenges, that we still need to sprinkle joy into our day. So when you talk about purpose, and I talk to you about getting back to purpose, that's the thing that is really the driver. And so I told you I like books, but I also am a paper girl. I'm a big planner. I love a good notebook and a good pen. And I'm going to just tell you, if you're going to have to be in a whole bunch of meetings, and we have a lot of meetings, a lot of projects, a lot of lectures, all these things we get involved in so we can change the world one meeting, lecture, and project at a time, right? You better get you a beautifully amazing pen, honey. You better make sure that notebook that you have, that it has the right color, your favorite color. You don't have to settle. This is your yay today. There's no settling when we talk about yays. You don't have to settle. All you have to do is be intentional. When you're intentional, you shake the atmosphere of your life. You have an opportunity to basically say, I know that I have a lot of challenges, but today, in this very moment, I'm going to have some joy, my yay. No one can take that away from you unless you let them. Now, when I talk about purpose, I want you to think about, I don't know how many people in the room like coffee or tea. Well, how about you try to froth some of the cold cream? Instead of going to Starbucks, do it yourself. It's pretty exciting. Buy the plants. Even if it makes you feel like you have a jungle, buy the plants. Use the stickers. I mean, we all love stickers, or at least we should. That's what I say. You know, when you entered into the room today, you were greeted with a warm smile. You were greeted with a word of affirmation. In your programs, you had stickers. Guess where they came from? But I also noticed that there was laughter, there was chatter, and the energy in this room completely shifted outside of the interruptions that we had. Now, I want to let you know that this is my yay for the day. Here talking with you is my yay. And you hear me talk about the interruptions. Who would have knew on the biggest day of my day, in my yay, there would be a fire drill. But it happened. We talk about disruptions. We talk about interruptions. And we get back on track. And we stand up and we do what we're supposed to do. But we take a moment. And this is my moment. My yay of my day. Now, when we talk about moving mountains, which is a theme for this whole event, when you move mountains, you have to be willing to unearth a few things. You have to be willing to break habits, create new habits, and be able to say to yourself, I am willing to shift this atmosphere in my life because I'm expecting something great for me. You know, when I talk about the stickers and I talk about the planners and I talk about the pens, imagine what mountains you would move if you just did this intentionally. Imagine how you would connect with your purpose. Imagine how you would show up each day for others if you just took a second for yourself. Now, I told you that today was my yay. I told you that you need to get your daily dose. And it is my hope that you truly, truly, truly get your daily dose. And not only do you get your daily dose, but you recognize and understand you are worth every single bit of anything you select that sprinkles a moment of yay in your day. Go get it. Get your daily dose. Let's